It's Pop Trigger time!
You're damn right! You're damn right! You're damn right!
Brett just came back from a protest, and obviously it's still wearing on him. Okay, so without further ado, our co-host today, Bree Esrig. You can subscribe to her YouTube channel at Bree Esrig. Guess who's in the Pop Trigger studio, you guys? We're so excited. He can sing, he can dance, he can act. He's a really deep voice. Tay Zonde is here.
How you doing? Thank you for having me.
We're so happy that you're here. I feel like we're going to have a really fun show today. And of course, you can catch Brett on Declassified. That's the pre-show to Marvel's Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Really great episodes coming up.
First of all, everybody tune in to the Young Turks Turkathon. It's a 26-hour, not a 24-hour, 26-hour live stream fundraiser for our Indiegogo campaign for our new studio. So please, everybody tune in, and then we'll have a link. But tomorrow, Brett, Bree, and I will have our own live stream between 2 and 3 p.m. Pacific time. So tune in, and we can provide a link, right, Tom? Cool. Okay, so thanks for being here. Let's get right to it. Joe Jonas slammed for bullshit Disney essay. So I'm sure you guys have all heard about this open essay that Joe Jonas wrote for New York Magazine. And in it, he talked about how he and his brothers were controlled, every aspect of their lives, by Disney. And then he also opened up on when he lost his virginity, 20 years old, and also revealed not only his relationship with Demi Lovato, which we'll talk about later, but that the first time he ever smoked pot was with Miley Cyrus and Demi, and they pressured him. He said that they kept saying, try it, his words. So he ticked off a lot of people, but one former Disney alum, Dylan Sprouse, and you guys know him from Sweet Life of Zack and Cody.
Big Daddy.
Oh, yeah.
He was one of the twins who played Big Daddy Kid.
That's right. So Dylan took to his Tumblr page, and on it he fired back, and he said, first, quote, I think it's bullshit that they were being robbed of choice or creativity. If they wanted to, they could have told Disney no. Cole, his twin brother, and I did this hundreds of times, and we ended up all right. And then he continues, nowadays artists just assume they have to do what they are told by their proprietors because there is a rigid structure to achievement. It is nothing more than a scheme to rob you of your individuality and capitalize the gain they acquire from such treachery. If you believe this, not only are you incredibly foolish, but you are a bad artist. And then he finally concludes, you do not have to become something else to be successful. Not only is it not too late for the Jonas Brothers to redefine themselves, but it was never too late. Thoughts, 5 words or less?
Sam's gonna say Jonas.
The Jonas Brothers should be bad.
Just go solo, Joe Bro.
Yep, still a Jonas. I wasn't going to say that.
What were you going to say?
I was going to say he's jonesing for some attention. Okay, so let's talk about his essay. Do you guys think that it was in line what you initially thought about Disney controlling their talent, or do you guys more agree with Dylan Sprouse?
I just want to know why he decided to write an essay in general.
Boring.
Homeschool.
No, I mean, I think it's interesting because he's critiquing the Disney life, but then you look at other Disney stars who very consciously broke from that, like Britney Spears, Miley Cyrus. Justin Bieber wasn't a Disney star, but he definitely turned bad from a happy, family-friendly image being bad. And it's like the Jonas Brothers never did that. They never had the bad streak or the trying to break away from that image. So how is he complaining about it not an essay?
And I love the medium through which he's trying to assert his independence and ruggedness is an essay.
Right?
When I read it, I thought, okay, so if you do want to talk about this so openly, that's fine. But what I didn't like about it is how he did kind of sell out Miley Cyrus and Demi Lovato. It's one thing to talk and reflect about your own experience, and I think that's okay. I mean, I do like that Dylan Sprouse came back and had his own opinion on it, because he's right. I think at the end of the day, no matter what, you can say no, and we were talking about that earlier, and renegotiate.
Yeah,
True.
and the way he wrote and expressed his opinions, oh my gosh, that kid is so smart. Congratulations,
Yeah, Dylan.
Dylan.
And also for the Jonas, devil's advocate to what it seems like we often say, at least Jonas, he is finding a way to express himself. And it's one means to get it out there, better late than never.
Do you think it would have been better if he did like a sit-down interview, like on Pop Trigger?
Probably.
I think I also empathize with the pop stars who had strict religious upbringings, like Katy Perry, the Jonas Brothers. I think that's the most interesting part of the story is how do you go from that upbringing to international stardom, and maybe that kind of ties in with the decision not to go the route of being a bad boy or bad boys or really break from that Disney image in the way that other pop stars have.
That's a really good point.
really,
because it's probably
really
the
good
culmination
point.
of two.
Another aspect of it is you wonder when someone gets sucked into stardom at an early age whether they get that childhood experience or that adolescence experience, but it feels like Demi and Miley served as those jerks from your high school who pressure you to do stuff.
Yeah.
So at least he had peer pressure.
But isn't he older than them?
He is.
So they were like 14
Oh, but it's
and
so
he's like
great.
19 and they're like, try it.
But I find that endearing. I mean, the more I think about it, the more endearing it is. It's like, I don't know how to be angsty.
But I don't think it was necessarily his place to talk about their relationship, and especially her
Right.
drug abuse.
And I have to say, I don't necessarily think he's a Jonas, your word, but I just kind of feel bad for him, like you were saying. And it's like, why did he feel the need to do this now?
Right.
You know
I
what
empathize
mean?
with him. I do.
Little
but do you
bit.
think it's going from Dylan Sprouse's perspective? Do you think that because he's an artist, Joe Jonas, and Dylan was an actor, do you think that Disney has a tighter control on the artists other than the actors,
I
or
don't
no?
see how.
Yeah.
Not
I
when
don't.
they're that age, because Joe was older during Disney. Like, he was over 18, wasn't he?
I understand that you might feel like that you're under a thumb, and maybe that's more of an adult decision to make rather than, I guess, as a kid, you kind of are forced into it. But I would be so honored to be a part of the Disney
Right.
family.
Yeah.
What
and-
advice do you think? Wait, what were you
I
gonna
was
say?
just gonna say, and even though he kind of did like sell out Miley and Demi, and I don't think that part is cool. He sold himself out too by saying, "Yeah, there was a point when I got really drunk and I passed out,
Yeah.
and we were all really scared that there were gonna be photos released." So at least he sold himself out too.
And I want this left in because
This
despite
is what
my
she does.
despite
she's
my-
under the Young Turks thumb, and she fights back.
Despite my 5 words, I do think that it was Jonas-y of him to like sell out Miley and Demi, but I do empathize with what he's talking about. He does have a point, but I do see Dylan's point too. What do you guys think about Joe Jonas's open essay in New York Magazine? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section below. Are you on Team Jonas or are you on Team Dylan Sprouse? And we will see you all next time on Pop Sugar.